one of my favorite Jake and Brittany moments was, of course, we're always having a few drinks, right? And Jake, man, you should date that girl. I'm gonna go ask her out for you. And he's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. I was like, wow, that's kind of weird. Didn't really think about it. So I walked right up to her and I was like, hey, Brittany, you should date my buddy Jake. And she looks at me, yeah, we're already dating.
Brett was my very best friend from my first day alive, and I could not bear to share my title as her best friend with anyone less worthy than Jake. As the years have gone by, Brett has progressed from my terrorizer to my role model and finally my very best friend.
When she was little, for years, she insisted the only people she'd even consider marrying were her papa, her daddy, and her Uncle Chris. It made sense because at that time, those were the men that adored her, loved her unconditionally, and made her feel safe and protected. And now, it's no wonder she's chosen Jake to build a life with, as he possesses so many of those same qualities as the most important men in her life.
Jake and I bumped into a group of RAs one night, and there was one particular beautiful brunette taking nursing that caught Jake's eye. Jake went on to make an absolute fool of himself. One of our friends said, Jake, you just made a terrible impression of yourself in front of that girl. And Jake replied, but I made an impression, and now she has thoughts of me in the front of her head, and those thoughts of me in the front of her head are going to move to the back of her head, and when that happens, I'll be in business.
Brittany Marie Swainson. From the moment we met, I knew you were someone I wanted in my life. It was obvious I was someone you wanted in your life too, considering you didn't run away after hearing me sing With Arms Wide Open at karaoke. What I did not know was that you would end up being the most important person in my life.
I will never forget the moment that I first locked eyes with my little baby girl. In that instant, I got a glimpse of the great honor and responsibility it had been given to me to love, raise, and protect this little life, no matter what. One day, Brittany showed up on our doorstep with Jake. And when I imagined the moment that I would meet the man who would be my replacement, I never expected it would be a lanky, mop-topped teenager. During these intervening years, I think maybe I grew up a little bit too, because when I look at Jake, I don't see my would-be replacement. I see his son.
I've been best friends with Jake since about grade 7. I've known him since kindergarten, but it took a few years for him to really grow on me. Jake and I have seen some things. We've been to Greece. I've seen Jake belly dance. Hell, I've even seen him almost get kidnapped by a man in front of the Parthenon.
Jake.
Starting strong.
When we met, you were a charmingly awkward teenager with really skinny jeans. While your style has improved, you're still the same charmingly awkward man who made falling in love so easy.
It's impossible not to love you. You are the most caring, kind-hearted, and remarkable person I have ever known. You are beautiful inside and out, and I could not be more proud to call you my wife.
I've never known somebody with such unwavering kindness and patience. You look at the world with bright optimism, and I admire your ability to see the good in everything and everyone.
The past 7 years have been the greatest years of my life. You are my best friend and the person I want to spend the rest of my life with.
You make me feel like the most important person, and I promise to never stop trying to make you feel the same. I love you so much, and I can't wait for this next chapter of our lives together.
Start the music. Ready? Kiss your wife. All right. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me the greatest honor to introduce to you, for the very first time, Jake and Brittany Carey.
I'm a little restless. All I wanna do is dance. We really wondered about Brittany when Jake started dating her. We would invite them for supper. I'd say, well, we're gonna have this. Jake would say, she won't eat that. So I started making roasts, and he's like, that's all she'll eat. We found out after a long while that it was Jake just being an ass and started making whatever we wanted, and she ate it.
Close your eyes and dream the magic. Crank the radio and let's lose ourselves under this spell and feel it. The music and the way that
I'm not gonna cry. You guys are two of the greatest influences on my life that I've had, plain and simple. I have a massive ego. I will relentlessly roast you, and I will not show up to your wedding rehearsal. But you guys still stand beside me no matter what. And for that, I'm very thankful.
gonna be alright. I know we're gonna be alright. Alright. Hey. I know we're gonna be alright. I know we're gonna be alright. Alright. Breathe in. Close your eyes and drink the magic. Crank the radio and let's lose ourselves under.
Cheers to Jake and Brett, the first married couple of our group, being a guiding light for the rest of us.
That's a good one.
I could not be so happy for the both of you. I definitely cried all through this wedding. And I cried a little in my sleep.
Cheers. Cheers to Max crying.
Be alright.